Alright. Friday Night Funkin'. We all know the community, even considering I've built my channel off of it. And before we go any further, it is me, it's Jinx. I'm reading off of this script that Void gave me. Yes, I'm reading off of a script. Fuck you all. Anyway, I'm going to be talking as if I was Void, and myself, and a couple of others. So, just bear with me on this. Anyway, let's continue. Friday Night Funkin'. We all know the community, even considering I've built my channel on it. And everyone knows due to how popular it got and everything. But the popularity came... fuck. Well, everything else I'm going to say right now, the Friday Night Funkin' community is by far the worst community I've been in, which says a lot considering I'm in the My Hero Academia community, and you probably all know that already. If you don't, lucky you. Regardless, it's not about that. It's about the FnF community. This whole video will be very in-depth, looking at specifically what I was in while I was in the community, my experiences. This might take long, and some experiences you might hear, you might be like, that wasn't because of FnF. Trust me, it was. Everything in this video will have some relation to the FnF community one way or another. This video will go in order of events of how I got into FnF and then everything else falling into place. It's just a nightmare of a video and a community, and at the end of this video I'll probably have an important announcement, which is why I'm making this video. Another thing to note, everyone mentioned in this video will have different names, so I don't mention who they are legitimately. If you know who I'm talking about, if you know I'm talking about you, sorry. But it's important to mention, I'm not going to use their real names unless they cause me no issues, therefore I don't have a reason to. But literally, everyone here will have a code name so that y'all don't know I'm legitimately talking about them. Also, if you know who I'm talking about and it's not you, don't fucking say who it is. Please. Anyway, let's start at the very beginning. I originally got into the FnF community before the Tankman's Week came out back in 2020. I think originally around December of 2020, to be honest. Around the time Tankman's Week came out, was when I was originally into Funky Friday, which honestly, Funky Friday probably caused me more issues, but like regardless, I started playing at April 27th of 2021, and due to it, it got me more into FnF as a whole. That's sort of the beginning. Now, let's get into the meat of everything. Now, please bear with me. As I'm reading off of this, I'm just going raw, doing it all in one take, and if I fuck up, I'm sorry. I'll try to correct myself when I can, but if I can't, just bear with it, please. Anyway, if you all know the YouTuber Fanaticalite, it's no secret, I know them. You can basically check my friends list on Roblox, and the fact that I've helped them on videos regardless, they announced their smth, which is basically a gaming group they were making. I originally joined, but left as I was worried, my anxiety getting the better of me. Then I rejoined and applied and got into the smth in like November. After getting into it, I actually got more into YouTube, which got me into streaming, which is why I started streaming Funky Friday basically daily. This is sort of where my first conflict/drama happened. During my second live stream, my stream wasn't exactly rated, but a star creator actually joined my stream, and when they did, 2 other people joined. One of them I'm just calling Bulb, because they don't have a cooler name. They joined my stream and basically started completely insulting the star creator. They also had tags that bypass Roblox's moderation, some being slurs, and I kicked them repeatedly only for them to threaten me due to it. So I stopped, and they eventually left. Apparently, Bulb is also known for their behavior, and as we speak, is still doing this. So, if you somehow run into them, please leave. They are basically being a general nuisance and dick to everyone. They did a lot of weird things like pedophilia type stuff, and they caused a lot of people I know personal issues too. That guy apparently can't learn to quit as he's still doing the same exact shit, and I think he forgot about me because I haven't seen him in ages. Honestly, he was the single reason I almost quit streaming completely. He caused me a lot of anxiety and stress when it happened, and as I'm pretty sure you all know, I'm an anxious person and I have issues with it. Though I'm over it now for the most part. That was kind of the first toxic experience I ever had, which isn't the most wild one, but trust me, it's getting worse now. I didn't mention this, but I'm going to because frankly, I feel like I don't, then I feel like if I don't, I'm just hiding stuff. When me and Jinx started dating, we were originally polyamorous, which is complicated because it means you date more than one person. There's still boundaries and stuff in it. Now, the person I'm talking about, me and Jinx both dated, and honestly, Jinx can probably go into a full rant about this dude, and I can too. We met and we naturally clicked, and we started dating in like December. Little did me and Jinx know, which is the reason I actually got into therapy again, was the dude was very, very much a pedophile to someone in my Discord server who was underaged. I think probably about 18. They were old enough to use Discord, but you get the point. While this person in question was an adult, basically, so imagine at least our surprise finding it out. He was also very weird to me and Jinx's other friend who was in a relationship, not Polly, and told him multiple times about her own boundaries. He basically cheated on us, and both of the times he was a fucking creep doing so. Recently, we worked to get him banned from the Funky Friday Discord server as he was a moderator, and we didn't want him being a moderator for the server basically full of kids. But the whole situation was overly depressing as someone you know as nice is basically a huge creep and weirdo. Why does everyone in this community get outed as a pedophile? I don't know, but that whole mess was very annoying. The other major thing I was involved in was a mod, an FnF mod. Me mentioning the mod might give away a lot of people who are in it, so I'm not going to, besides the whole like I was in a mod. If you happen to know, shut up. I'm not going in over detail about the mod, but it was full of a lot of people in the community featured in it, though it was going to be unpopular for some reason. I was a sprite artist, but a friend of mine who was a coder just felt overworked to hell on the mod, because they wanted a test version done like 2 days after sprites got done, when people had school and stuff. Another person also came to me about how he was being rushed. It kind of caused one of my other close friends to also have to ban some of his close friends due to it, because they were just not the greatest people. It's really hard for me to talk about this situation without mentioning people's names. Also, like, again, someone was outed as a pedo in this mod as well. Why is everybody in this community getting outed as a pedophile? We'll never know. Alright, I suppose... Oh, wait. This is me. Sorry, this is my story. Alright, I suppose I should talk about the one experience I've had with this community, but, before I actually ran into the right people. A mod that I shall not name was looking for coders at the time. Since I was good at coding at the time, I decided to help out, as it would be my first time working on an FnF mod with people. Boy, was I wrong. When I joined the server, it already showed a bunch of red flags. I was judged by my profile picture, which was a gacha club based profile picture. I was in the gacha community at the time, still am. If you're gonna judge me for that, fuck off. You will immediately be banned. I do not care. Anyway, I want to just point this out before I continue. I get the gacha community has a very bad reputation, but not everybody in the community is bad. So please stop treating everyone as if they're really bad in this community. It's really annoying, and you guys need to stop that. Anyway, continuing on, I don't really mind the fact that I was being judged for my profile picture because, you know, the whole gachas are bad was kind of funny at the time. But present time, it's really annoying now, and whenever someone brings it up, I just get frustrated. The director of the mod finally came online and assigned me what I needed to do. I did it, and everything seemed fine at first, until the director pings me asking me to join VC, and immediately as I joined the VC, I was called a slur. The hard ER, if anything. If none of you know, I am black, and the hard ER is funny at times, but saying it overwhelms me, and it pisses me off. So, I didn't really mind it, for one. Still, they shouldn't have said it because of it was disrespectful on how they put it out. I'm sorry if this sounds like a complete and utter made-up story. I am really bad at fucking explaining shit, so please bear with me, as I said earlier in the video. So, I joined the VC. I was automatically being called names, being made fun of because of my voice. This was before I hit puberty, so my voice was pretty high-pitched at the time. I asked them, is there a reason why we're starting off a VC like this? They proceed to tell me I got a bit of the code right, and then started to lecture me about it. I understood, so I apologized, and I said I would redo it. But they proceeded to insult me, even though I kept pleading to them, Well, not pleading, but you get the point. I kept telling them I would get the code right the next time, and they still proceeded to do the same thing. So, it then got to the point where they started to make fun of me because of my sexuality. And for one, I don't know why they did it. It was very bad. It got worse. I can't go into detail as to what they said because it is it would go against YouTube's guidelines, and I do not want my husband to get banned. So please, if you happen to know what mod I am talking about, please shut the hell up. I mean that. Anyway, they said a lot of things. It got so bad to the point where I left the VC, left the server, and I blocked everybody who was in that server, or at least I think so. I will never forget what happened that day. It made me extremely uncomfortable, unhealthy, and anxious. I'm a lot better now, and I'm more comfortable with myself now that I have my husband and my friends. If by any chance, you guys, if by any chance the people who have said those things to me are watching this video, I really fucking hope that karma hits you one day. You should never, ever say that shit to anybody by any means necessary, even if it's a joke. Unless they allow it, I don't see it as an excuse to fucking do it. So, I hope karma comes back to bite you. Let's move on. This is also sort of a minor thing of toxicity, I suppose. But, like, this is probably the only video I can mention this in. But, like, ages ago, I was in a VC with my friends, and one of them was streaming on Twitch. And some guy joined, trying to act like he was, Ominous Nebula on Funky Friday, even though he wasn't, and then left. I don't know if he got super toxic or not, but I genuinely remember this and have screenshots of him talking in the mute chat about it. It was weird, it was kind of stupid, it wasn't really drama put into it, but it was just toxicity because I remember them being rude. I have a lot of experiences I can share here too. So much more that would make this a 2-hour video of calling people out, but honestly, I don't want to. I'm not the person to just start a call out doc and start telling people they did stuff wrong, but most things aren't even here were major things. Like people were stealing my work, killing my OC because they didn't like me, threatening to hurt docs or anything to me just because I had a different opinion. So there's just much more shit that I haven't put here. But I'm saving everyone the trouble of not having this video be hours and hours, and honestly, my mental health would probably be better if I don't go in depth a lot, as it is a struggle to talk about it. So I'm just mentioning it. Now, moving on. I'm saying this now, but this doc is just a list of things me and Jinx have dealt with, but not even as a whole. Considering that a literal account on Twitter was made a couple of months ago, just meant of how many days passed. Days FnF, right. And the most we've gotten were 4 days. It's 7 now because this script was written about a month ago. There's been so much in this fandom, like someone saying racism in their family, pedophiles, groomers, a lot of 18+ illegal stuff, tracing, stealing, people just being toxic in general. So much stuff has happened in this community, and this document goes over the things me and Jinx have gone through. I know friends of mine who have been overworked to hell due to FnF mods. People are sort of caring about getting some stupid F mod out over someone's health, and demotivation when it comes to FnF mods and working on them, or overall toxic experiences when in the community due to so many people wanting to put out a high quality and well thought out mod just to be known or their days of fame, since FnF mods don't remain popular forever, sadly, and the grim reality is being a part of one doesn't earn you much nowadays. Jesus Christ, it's hard to read off of this shit. Bear with me, guys. Anyway, when it was just in the early days of FnF, making a mod was such a huge deal. Even if you're doing some sort of mechanic or something new that no FnF mod has even done. But nowadays, all mechanics and things have been done where if you're in an FnF mod, it's always just shown to be good, and then people simply forget about it. Or they start complaining, oh, it was too similar to Tricky's because of the mechanic, or because you can't do anything original anymore. The FnF community has come down to some people trying their hardest to be noticed for making a good mod or something. And then when it's released, all people talk about, that's all people talk about for a week at best, and then it's simply forgotten about. Not in the sense of people stop talking about it or it doesn't exist anymore, but it's in the sense of when a mod comes out, there's a lot of hype, and the people expect more, and they start looking at the faults of the mod, or worse comes to worse, someone gets canceled in the mod, and then everything else goes to hell. I mean, to be honest, do you guys really remember the last time there was a mod so far in 2023 that people talked about nonstop? The last mod I genuinely remember having a lot of praise and people were talking about for a long time was the Indie Cross mod, and maybe the Dave and Bambi update. FnF community just boils down to sad truth and toxicity left and right. And if that at least doesn't say a lot about the community, I don't know what does. Which now is probably a good time to state my announcement, which is probably sort of why I made this doc video. I'm leaving the FnF community. I'm saying this as I'm stopping working. I'm going to stop working for mods. I'm going to stop following FnF stuff outside of Hotline 024, Dustin, and like 2 other mods. I genuinely the only mods I actually give a fuck about. I'm still probably going to post FNB / Funky Friday content or FNF content, but like it's not going to be the amount I normally do. It might just be a month thing. My reasonings outside of how toxic and bad the community is because of how I feel. Completely is simple. Oh my god. It's simple of I feel completely useless as a person, and the FNF community has not exactly helped me feel like I'm utterly useless as a person. FNF has given me so many new friends and connections I wouldn't have had without it, but honestly, considering the fact that this community has made me go back to therapy because of how bad it fucked up my mental health, I'm not even sure it's worth it. I just don't want this community to keep ruining my already ruined mental health as it is, and I want to break away from it. You can expect a lot of other videos from me as I'll start uploading security breach, Amori stuff, art lore, but my FNF content might stop as a whole, or at least being a major thing. And that's about it. Sorry if this video was hard to watch, but it's just I had to make it, or else I felt like I wasn't being truthful. Maybe the FNF community will change, but it's been 3 years, 3 constant years of toxicity and nothing else. Before I do leave the FNF community though, I will be posting one major video. Sort of a dream I had, but could never do it due to the issues. It's just going to be a video that will be important. That might be my last big FNF thing, with lore at least. And that's about it. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed, I hope you guys are aware of what's happening. That's it. The FNF community really has fucked up a lot of things, and I'm very disappointed at the fact that they've done so. Please be sure to like, subscribe, be hyped for all the videos that will be posted in the future. There will be an announcement posted on my channel eventually, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, my name is Jinx, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. Stay safe out there.